Alright, well, here we are. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be 3 days, or a couple days at least, with no alcohol. No choice. This right here, the last of this can, is the last that I'll have. The big question is, will I be able to, somehow, magically, within 2 days, learn how to accept not drinking or change my life? I really hope so. I would like that for me. The other part of it is, I don't have a choice now. It's either I learn how to live with alcohol for a couple days finally, instead of having any opportunity to get any. That's what I've needed. I've needed to lose the ability to drink. And it's what I've been afraid of. And it's what I should strive towards. Because I can't do it when I am able to. I know this. But I've been scared. Now I've let it all go. I used to have a decent amount of money in savings. More than I ever thought possible. I've pissed that away. Over the course of 2 years, I've slowly drained that away. And I didn't do it rapidly. I did it very slowly, insidiously. I could have got things that I wanted, that perhaps in some weird way I might have benefited from, and I didn't. It all trickled away into my addictions and into my problems. Into this here bottle that I drink and nothing happens but I piss it out. And if I have too many of it, then I have a bad time and I hurt myself. So instead of doing anything good for at least 2 years, I have slowly pissed away all of the hard work that I built for myself. A decent amount worth. The most money I've ever even seen in my immediate family outside of a significant family member who has really done well. But probably the most money that if I were to pull it out, it would have even surprised me how much money I had. I pissed that away. I lost it. I'm literally flat broke. I have 30 cents in the bank and a couple dollars in change right now. That's what I've done. This is serious. This is what it takes for me to not drink. And I've finally done it. I've finally gotten to the point where I drank everything I had away. Now the only option I have is to not drink. For a couple days. Only a couple days. And what's going to happen? Will I immediately revert back or not? I'd be lying to you if I said that I was afraid of going back. I would like to learn how to, for the first time in my life, learn how to just deal with not drinking. And if that's what it takes right now, fuck it. Maybe next paycheck, I'm going to spend all that money on all the shit I want at first, make sure I have enough food to last me enough time, and I won't have nothing to poison myself with anymore. That's what it's gotten to. It's been 10 years slowly building up. It started with an interest in alcohol, specifically in beer. I genuinely loved the idea of the different beers that existed. I was a beer geek. And unfortunately, I never got to really share that enough with anybody. And progressively, it just turned into full-blown alcoholism, man. And the worst part is, I kind of knew that I was destined for that. over time. I've seen what happens in my family. And I just walked into it, you know? The door was open. And instead of closing it, I just walked in. I wouldn't be lying if there was a part of me that was also curious about what addiction's really like. Because I've always been curious my whole life. How people who are addicted do things to themselves. Have I learned a lot about that? Yes. Has any of that been easy? No. It's been some of the most demeaning, some of the most depressing, some of the most confusing bits of my life. 2 years ago, there was a part of me that just snapped and said it was time to go all in. And I did. And now I'm trying to climb back out. It's not easy. I've chemically distorted my brain now to the point where being lax, being lazy, choosing to not provide for myself, knowing the pain that I will do to myself in advance and just immediately accepting it with no fucking problem. No problem. It's very distorting in your worldview, and it can do a lot of things. I've had to face what I would call certain forms of psychosis a lot. Particularly on the bad days, man. Days where my mind could not stop holding and grasping on to anything that happened to it. No way for me to let go mentally of anything. So I basically held on. My brain held on like a hot iron grip all day towards anything that I felt or deemed like negative or unnecessary, and I could not let go. I could not relax. For years now. And I've recognized what I've done to my body now. It takes an effort now for me to relax. I truthfully have to do like a lot of effort in order to be calm. It doesn't look like that on the surface. And I think that's a problem for many people that maybe are around me, but I'm actively basically choosing calmness because the alternative is just there and always rising. It's wild. But this will be interesting. There's no way for me to drink for the next couple days. So this is it. This is the last of it, I guess. My main questions before this, all ends for the next couple days is, will I be smart enough to figure out how to choose experience, how to choose living? Obviously, I'm going to want to drink. I'm going to want more of this. But tonight, after this extremely binge-worthy session ends, I'm going to have to learn to cope with it not being there. For the first time, really. Like, really not being there at all. Just not accessible. Really accepting it. And I think that's going to be the healthiest thing that I've ever fucking done to my damn brain in 10 years, man. The only other time that I was ever able to truly accept it for a while was a very intense mushroom trip that I had. But I wasn't smart enough. I was not smart enough to accept that and to learn from it. I went right back in. And that's what happened. Part of me has always felt a little bit guilty towards myself about it. But I think the only party to blame is really me. Just wanted to sit here and talk. Get out my feelings for the next couple days. Maybe before I drink the other beer, we might talk again, but I probably won't even post this. I'm just feeling a certain way. Keep it real, and I love you. I hope things will be well from here on out. Bye for now.